The old, abandoned asylum stood tall and ominous on the outskirts of town. It had been empty for years, a reminder of a time when mental illness was misunderstood and mistreated. But tonight, a group of teenagers dared each other to explore the dilapidated building, looking for a thrill that only a haunted asylum could provide. As they stepped inside, the air grew colder and the sounds of their footsteps echoed through the empty halls. They explored the first few rooms, laughing nervously at the rusted medical equipment and old patient files left behind. But then, they heard a sound. A faint whisper, almost too quiet to hear, came from down the hallway. They hesitated for a moment, but their curiosity got the better of them and they followed the sound. It led them to a dark room at the end of the hall. As they pushed open the door, a foul odor hit their noses, and they gagged. The room was filled with decaying furniture, moldy curtains, and cobwebs. But that wasn't what made them freeze in terror. A figure stood in the corner, shrouded in darkness. It was tall and thin, with long, bony fingers and glowing red eyes. The teenagers stood frozen, too scared to move or even breathe. Suddenly, the figure spoke, its voice raspy and cold. "You should not be here," it said. "This place is cursed, and those who enter never leave." The teenagers tried to run, but the figure was too fast. It pursued them through the halls, its long fingers reaching out to grab them. They stumbled and fell, their screams echoing through the empty asylum. But one by one, they disappeared. They were never seen again, and the people of the town whispered about the cursed asylum for years to come. The next group of teenagers who dared to enter the asylum was never seen again either. And the next, and the next. The asylum had become a magnet for thrill seekers and ghost hunters, but none of them ever returned. One night, a team of paranormal investigators decided to spend the night in the asylum, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. They set up cameras and recorders and settled in for a long night. As the hours passed, they heard strange noises and saw unexplained shadows moving across the walls. But it wasn't until they reviewed the footage that they saw the true horror. The figure from the corner had been captured on camera, its glowing red eyes and bony fingers sending chills down their spines. But what made their blood run cold was what they heard on the recording. A voice, whispering in the darkness. "I warned you. You should not be here." The investigators never returned to the asylum, and the footage was never released to the public. But the legend of the cursed asylum continued to haunt the town, a reminder of the horrors that lurked in the darkness.